Hello. Okay, we are back for spring marketing reviews part 2. These are brought to you by my one-on-ones. If you want me to do this with you together, you can sign up for a 90-minute marketing intensive. One offer, one booking path, making sure your website supports both. Okay, so we are starting with Denise Wilson Photography, East Bay Area photographer, specifically Concord, California. So the way, if you're new to these, the way I'm structuring them is I'm pretending I am a local mom of the area this person says they are at, and I'm trying to get a sense of what they're currently booking and seeing if I can follow that path easily to their website. Okay, that's basically the whole game. Okay, so her Instagram bio, so I'm starting with Instagram, then going to the website. Instagram bio is Denise Wilson Photography, family, maternity, newborn graduates, documenting joy-filled moments of life, of real-life families in beautiful settings. Okay, so we are going down. She has a pin post that's her. I do always just love that because it's just really helpful when you're building trust to be able to see the person's face. So if you're not going to be consistently showing up on your feed with your face, you should have a pin post at the top. That should definitely be one, even if it's a photo of you, and let's see what hers is. It's multiple photos of her and then talking about her. So if you only want to have one pin post, you could have an about me and what you're currently offering, or about you and your artist process, or what your favorite type of session is. But if I'm a Concord, California local mom, right off the bat, that's probably one of the first posts I'm going to go to, is I just want to see her face. It's human connection, right? Okay, so the next reel after that is spring locations near Concord, California. Last episode, we talked about the importance of having a text, like what the reel is about, on the front of the reel. And it's just so helpful because my brain immediately clocks that she's booking spring photos. So like, that's why it's so powerful. And that's why we want those. And I know that there's this whole thing of like, have a pretty reel cover that goes cohesively with your brand. And there's like some thoughts around that. Go for clarity instead of aesthetic every time. So I love this type of reel because it tells a story of what she's going to be photographing. The rest of the images are very consistent editing. We have a maternity, a senior, a family, and then we have another family and another family and a senior. So she's obviously doing a good job despite having multiple session types, sprinkling them all in the top 9 or so. Okay, so then we're going to assume then our lens of this brand is that she is looking to book spring sessions. So we're going to go up to her link tree, or let's see what it is. Yeah, it's like a link page. So here are the options. Denise Wilson Photography is one. I'm assuming that's her website. Book a session. Right here, it's like just a book a session button. Mustard Flower Mini Sessions 2026, sold out, join the waitlist, leave a review, join VIP list, about me. Okay, so I don't know when the mustard sessions are. Let me see if I can find out. So they are coming up, but they're all sold out. So she's trying to build out a wait list for them. The people may join the wait list, and it's fine to have that, but I would rather have a call to action on whatever you're actually have availability for here, because what will happen is you'll have people click there and be like, oh, they're sold out. So what is it? What's a secondary option for me, right? So I would just have whatever that is here. So we are going to go to the book a session button. The book a session button goes to a use session booking page that's actually a lot more meaty than a lot of the booking page sites that I see, where it's literally just kind of minimal branding, the session type, and the dates that are available. So what we have is a picture of her, about the booking site. We have reviews, we have images, and then she has them all broken out here. So the only option to book that seems like spring-like in this is a family session. We have a family session that's available, extended family, maternity, newborn, bump to baby package, graduate session, and event photography. So if I was looking for spring photos, I would probably just send up up in the family session, which takes me to the family session page, which breaks down all of her available dates, and I can choose my date and time. Now, looking at this booker, this looks like it's usesession.com or session.com. I'm pretty sure those are the same. We have almost like in April, there's almost unlimited availability. So I think it's a good idea to limit availability a little bit, just because according to this April calendar, every single day except the 1st and 2nd and 5th are available. So that may be true and you're fine like shooting every single night, but I might just limit it a little bit. Let me see if it's the same. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's like May, you have some dates marked off and then some dates available. If you truly are available, but like June, every single evening is a choice. So I would just limit it a little bit. Okay, so I don't necessarily know that there's been on this particular path from Instagram to book a session to this page, there's been quite enough trust building that has happened. So we're going to back out of here and try a new path. Okay, so we're just going to go to Denise Wilson Photography. So Denise Wilson Photography, she has a great banner image that's a family. It's a maternity family. Outside, it seems very on brand for what she's doing. Telling your story through love and light-filled portraits, maternity, newborn, and beyond. And then she says, I'm here for belly laughs, big and small moments, genuine connection. And then she says, now booking spring 2026. Very rarely do we see on the homepage a call to action of a seasonal offering. So that is great. And then beneath this, it looks like first of all, I am so jealous of the Bay Area photographers. Like, I will just go out and say, I look at the home. I'm not going to move there because it doesn't make sense for us and all the things, but I look at homes there every single week, just as like it's like a hobby of mine, because I love the locations so much there. We're actually going there in April. If you want to shoot with me somewhere down there on the first week of April, reach out to me. I would love to shoot in Big Sur. So if you are listening and you live there and you would want to photograph there, let me know. I want to do a session with like little kids there or a maternity. Okay. So she has spring image banner right below that. So as a Concord area mom, okay, on this homepage, I'm getting clarity, trust, right? So I'm like, okay, she's now booking spring, and then there's a banner rolling below that's just spring-centered images, okay? So then I keep scrolling, and it is the about her. So everything about her as a person, some photos of her, so I'm into it. All the images rolling in the background are very on brand, everything is very cohesive. Then we keep scrolling down into a review section, more beautiful images, and then she talks about the process, so that's great. And then we have 3 buttons: view portfolio, book now, contact me. Keep rolling through, more reviews, keep rolling through down to the bottom where there is a menu option. Okay, so this is a very good homepage. So if you want to look at one, it's denisewilsonphotography.com, and it's good because it's such a nice scrollable homepage that builds trust. Okay, so let's assume I'm this Concord area mom and I want to book a family session. So if I go view portfolio, because that was probably going to be my next step, I'm going to be like, okay, the images I see are pretty, but is she consistent? Because the number one fear of any potential client is that you will not be able to produce the thing that they fell in love with when they actually hire you. So scrolling down, we have it's all family, it's broken up. So it's a clear info page, which is great. So it's not really a portfolio page. It's much more an info page. So for clarity's sake, you could have this page be titled, is it titled family? Hold on. How did I get here? Family. Yeah, it is. Wait, view my portfolio. Okay, perfect. So hold on. Clarity check here. View my portfolio goes to the family page. So it does go to is this a family page? Family. Yes. So it goes to the family page. So if I'm maternity and I'm on the home page, if I'm a maternity client or a newborn client or a graduate, and I go to portfolio from the home page, I'm only going to the family page. So that button, I might either have an actual like split it up into the family, into the actual types down there. I think that could get someone who isn't a family thinking they're going to look at a portfolio of all of your work onto the family page. I would just reconsider that button. Okay, but if I am a family, which is what I'm operating now, I think this particular page could be more image heavy. So again, we have this horizontal scrolling gallery, which I would rather just have more of a landscape layout where I can scroll down instead of horizontally. Mostly I'm thinking of someone on their phone. So really quickly, I'm going to look at that because I want to see how it translates. So again, if you are listening to these, you just got to put up with me finding stuff while I'm on these. Okay, Wilson. Okay, so let me go to this and see what I can see. Oops. Family. Okay, so it's fine on the phone, but the page is really kind of short image wise. Like I would just add in more images that connect with the scroll, because when people are in learning mode, they kind of are liking to scroll down, and the images that you have in here are so beautiful. I would just personally add more. Okay, so we checked it out on the phone. Looks good. I have seen a lot of horizontal scrolling portfolios that do not look that well and do not look that cohesive and are kind of difficult to maneuver on mobile. So if you have galleries that are sliding, meaning that I have to take my finger and bleep, 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 you need to make sure that they work on mobile. This one does. So, okay, scrolling down, I'm a family. What are my button options here? So I've made it to this family page. The first button I encounter is family session book here, extended family session book here. So if I click family session, I'm back to okay, perfect. This has been my issue with a lot of these booking, like online schedulers, is that there's only one scheduler and it's a bunch of session types and it causes confusion. This one is family session only, and it has you choose, it says family session 1 hour up to 6 people, and then you choose your date. And then let's see, if I'm choosing my date and time, then I'm okay. So yeah, so that's perfect. So I'm not confused because it is very family centric. Okay. And then let's see what else the other buttons. At the very bottom, we have a contact me form, and that just goes to a contact me form, which is fine. You can have a contact me at the bottom, but the goal is to try to get people to book right here. So on this family session info page, what is needed? If we want someone ideally to be able to fully build trust as a family client on this page. So what's missing? Your process. What is your ideal session type? How do you support people? What can they expect? And an image of you as well. So you have this embrace the moment, which is like an emotive bit of text. So it says at the very end, I'll help you with locations, outfits, everything in between. I would just talk a little bit more about that process, have an image of you again on this page, because we don't want them to leave this page and go to your About Me page if we've built this page to be the trust building page. Okay, so I say that this is very well done, and probably on each of the individual info pages, which looks like she has made. Yep. Okay. The info pages are the same. There's a maternity info page, newborn info page, graduate page. On all of these, I would just add more images. That would be the one thing that I would change. I know you have this scrollable thing, but if someone's scrolling fast and down trying to get information, they might miss that horizontal. So just add more images into this, am I saying horizontal? No, that's right. Into the landscape scroll. So seniors has a lot, but I would still love to see, for example, multiple sessions from one session type. You have I don't know what my beef is with the horizontal. I just feel like there's people who are going to keep scrolling down. So I would just have both options maybe. I would just have a few more landscape galleries, and then you can still have the horizontal in the background, just because I would wonder if somebody would be like, I want to see more, if we're on this info page. So that's really all I have. Let's see if she has a blog. She does. Okay, so she's doing a really good job with blogging. So we have like best spring photo locations near Concord, California for families, maternity, and seniors, spring photos at Mount Diablo, family session in Clayton County, spring photos in the East Bay. Okay, so I'm going to say what I said before. 5 reasons to book a spring photo session. All of these blog posts should be turned into helpful carousels on Instagram with a text overlay so people can see. Like, I want to see on your Instagram, it says 5 reasons to book a family, a spring photo session. Turn that into something on Instagram that I can scroll through, because you already wrote the text, you already put it together. So all you have left is to make this into a carousel. So like, you have, the first thing is beautiful spring landscape. The next thing is perks of a later sunset. The next thing is a fresh wardrobe. The next thing is fresh update for your home decor, holiday cards, consider them done. Like, let's take this work we've done on the blog, which is excellent, so good, and just repurpose that content elsewhere. Okay, that is all I have for Denise. We are on to the next. Okay, next one we have is Thatcher Ban. So it's Big Sur and Maternity Bay. Ugh, again, the jealousy of this location. Okay, so she has in her breakdown, we're on her Instagram page. She has a camera, it says digital. She has film coming soon. She has turning moments into forever memories. Oh gosh. Memories, all love, welcome, military spouse, booking. Okay, booking through September 2027. I would make this less emoji filled and more of an artist statement. Just me personally, that's what I would do, because I feel like you're losing a lot of real estate here with the ability to trust build by just having like little bits of information. So I would just change that. Okay, so we're assuming now that we're a Big Sur, even though not many people live in Big Sur. You can't really live there. I would build like a outhouse there and live in it. But Big Sur, Monterey Bay, those are all good words for like SEO and search. Okay, so we've got a pin post that is a picture of her, which we love to see it. There we go. And then we have, the next one is a couple. And then we have a maternity, and then a couple, and then a newborn, and then a maternity. And then what is this? Big Sur, I think it's just a person. And then we have another maternity and another maternity. So those are her like top 9, right? Like what I'm looking at before I scroll any farther. The question is, can we build trust and know what you're booking in the top 9? That's always like a good way to understand if your Instagram account is serving your seasonal booking goals. So this account isn't particularly clear about if there's something in particular that she is showcasing, but more than anything, I see maternity. So we're going to view this account through the eyes of a Big Sur, Monterey Bay mommy to be. Okay, so we are on this page. Now we are going to the link, which she does not have a link tree, which is perfectly fine. I feel like people think they have to have a link tree. You don't have to have a link tree or a links page if you just have one thing that you're talking about. However, if you have a seasonal offer, that's when the link tree can be really helpful and targeted. So if you had a seasonal offer and the link tree went directly to that booking page, obviously that'd be good. Okay, we're going into the website. So we have we have scrolling down where every picture tells a story. Okay, so in terms of copy, I would make that copy stronger because it is generic. Every picture tells a story is hard to like conceptualize beyond it being like words about photographing people. So I would instead like you to have like an artist statement or something that is a little bit more punchy. Sorry, you're going to hear me typing because I want to tell you mine. Not that it's like the winner, but I used to have one like that. And then now it says, want to trade stiff, uncomfy sessions for playful, silly snuggle fest? Good, me too. So like, which one is more so if I say where every picture tells a story, or that one that's like specifically about my sessions, I feel like you can find, because this is taking up a big part of my entry into this brand, I would just make that stronger. Okay, now this looks like a scrollable, is it? A scrollable banner image, but I can't make it scroll. Let's see. It might just be my laptop, but it doesn't want to scroll for me. It looks like perhaps it could be, but maybe it's not set up that way. Okay, so it says turning life's moments into cherished memories, capturing the essence of every story one frame at a time. Now, let me refresh this. Hold on. Okay, your 2 top images for me, and my internet's pretty good here, are not loading. So the one that's right across from turning life's fleeting moments into cherished memories, that one's not loading. And then the next one that says feel the moment, capture the memory, relive the nostalgia, and this image isn't loading. So I would just make sure you have those. And this bit of text, turn it into actual statements about your brand. That's how those bits of text can be more powerful. So because I can't see what those images are, I can only guess. So far, I haven't seen any images until I get down to the picture of her. Can I just also say how much I love the name Thatcher? I just love that name. Okay, she looks very adventurous, extremely aesthetic in her photo. Okay, so it says photographer currently based on the West Coast. So we have like a snippet of an about me here, and then ready to connect or book now. And then we have more. I wonder if this is me, but like on your reviews, none of your images are loading. If that's not true and it's just me, then that could just be let me look on my phone. Hold on. Okay, let's see. No, they're not loading on my phone either. So I think it's a problem with these images. So we're losing out on, and it's not like a huge deal. It's probably easy to fix, just something's going on there. But this homepage is a homepage that is missing a grounding to who you, like what you're trying to book right now and who you are as an artist, just because I feel like the copy is kind of like generic and you can take that copy and make it a lot stronger. So again, remember who I'm operating through right now is a Big Sur / Monterey area maternity client. Okay, so then we have so I haven't found what I'm looking for on the homepage. I can't get specifically to anything about maternity. So I go up to portfolio and to the maternity page. So because you have, oh man, none of your images are loading. Okay. So because you have this portfolio that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different session types, I would change that to say session types instead of portfolio, just so it's very clear. We're going for ultimate clarity. Okay, so we're on the maternity page. It says, celebrate the beauty and anticipation of motherhood that captures a special chapter in your journey. From glowing portraits to tender moments of connection, I'll help you preserve the love and strength and excitement that comes with bringing home your little one. So again, it's copy that is about photography, but I want it to be about what you do, how you work, how you help. Okay. And then I can't comment on anything else really because that's the only bit of text and the images aren't loading. But I would take this page and turn it into everything you need to know about booking a maternity session with Thatcher. That would be the whole thing. What's your process? What are your locations? How do you help people style? When do I get maternity photos? All of that stuff. Okay, so from this page, there's one button to book, which is book a session. So I'm going to click it and see where it goes. And it goes to a contact form. And again, this image isn't loading. I wonder I can't see who makes your website, but it might be if this is just me, then it's just me, but it's worrisome because it's me here and it's me on my phone. And so the images might be loading for some people and maybe not others. So I would send your website out to a bunch of friends who have different operating systems and Wi-Fi and be like, hey, are my images loading, just to see. So if I'm a maternity client, ow, sorry, I fractured my freaking tailbone when I gave birth to Bryn, and she is 14 years old, and it still sometimes just stabs me directly into my bum hole. Okay, I don't know why it does that. All right, so if I am a maternity client, I have really failed a bit to gain the trust that I would need to be ready to contact you. So I feel like this is a website that has a very good foundation and it needs a lot more meat. So that is going to be the next task, I feel like, for this. And the way to do it is just to think about, put on your maternity suit, like put on a fake belly, get on over to this website and pretend that you're trying to book a maternity session with yourself and see where you get stuck, see where things fall apart, see where you're getting frustrated, and then fix those holes. Okay, so that is what I would do. I just went over to your upcoming mini sessions page. Also, there was nothing on your, looks like this is older. These are like Saturday, September 25th or 2025. So if you have anything coming up for spring, you can use this upcoming sessions page to let people know about seasonal offerings. Just make sure that they're updated for whatever you're actually offering. Okay, so that would be my advice for Thatcher. She has good bones, more meat is needed. All right, we're moving on. Let's go to the next one. The next one is Katie Lintern photo. So we're starting on the Instagram, Collingwood newborn and family photographer. Where's Collingwood? Collingwood, Blue Mountain, and beyond. I might put a state in there just for, I'm always just like all about clarity. I'm sure Collingwood families would be like, oh yeah, it's Collingwood. I don't know where Collingwood is. So if you had someone in like a nearby place, you could call them in a little bit if you had a state. I just feel like putting a state is a good idea. Okay, so her bio is photographer, mom of 3, and there's like 3 little kid emojis, camera that says newborn maternity family, there's a baby and then a baby emoji, and then it says qualified, accredited, assured, an award, and it said voted number 1, 22, 23, 24, and then a world, and it said Collingwood, Blue Mountain, and beyond. So again, I'm a big fan of taking the opportunity to turn this bio into a very clear artist statement just because you have this little bit of information to say something. I'm also going to say that in the age of AI, my brain, and I don't know if this is true for anyone else's brain, but there's certain little AI things that my brain has started to turn off from, and one of them is too many emojis. So if I see a caption, and I know how AI uses emojis, Katie, I'm not saying you wrote this with AI. I'm saying that this is what's happening in my brain. So if I see a caption and it's like a brain, and then it's like a brain emoji, and then it's like come learn, and then there's like a notebook, and it's like take notes, and then there's like a fairy wand, and it's like magic. My brain is like no, and I think that might be happening for more people. So what I would do is just make this a very super solid paragraph. Who you are, what you do, what you're booking down. That's what I would do. Okay. So again, we're going to be operating as a Collingwood, which I do really, that sounds like a town in a book or something. I'm actually going to tell my daughter that name. She loves to write, and she was looking for good town names. Okay. So we have no pin post. I am a big pin post lady. So I would love to see pin posts, your process, what you're currently booking. If you want nothing else, that would always be helpful. I always wish I could have more pin posts. I have 3 pin posts right now, and because I'm talking about so much all the time, I always wish there was more. So when people don't use them, I'm like, but why? Okay. So the first reel is a maternity. Then we have like a studio kiddo. Okay. Ooh, we have an event. Let's see if we've already passed them. Backed by popular demand, portrait minis are now live. Okay, the way that she's done this personality portrait reel is so good. So it's like, it's black and white, which I'm assuming the portraits are black and white. And then it's a really, really quick flash through of all the kids in black and white making funny faces. I just want to give a little shout out to good marketing. Like, this is really good marketing. If you ran an ad to this, it was local ad, I feel like it would do really well. Okay, I'm going to check really quick to see if those have already happened. So you have in your links Valentine's Day minis, which I'm assuming have passed. It would be kind of surprising if they weren't. Yeah, February 7th. So take that down just so you don't waste a click. Personality portraits, I just want to see if they're happening. March 1st. Okay, so those have already happened too. Let's go to micro trail minis. So these seem to be weekday mornings, 9:30 to 11. And then this last one is motherhood mini sessions, January 30th. Okay. So of your valuable linkage, that's like reminds me of something that I might have said in the 90s. Most of the things you're no longer doing. So take them out of there, because we don't need unless there's a way to be like, this is booked, but here's the next, what we're going to go with the only thing that is not booked. And the only thing that sends me to your actual page is the Collingwood Trail micro mini sessions. Let me see if that's true. Do you have your... Okay, so that is through that link is the only active session and way for me to get to your site. So I would also have a link in there, replace some of those other ones with things that are sold out with just a link to your actual website. So you could have your seasonal offering and then just to your website. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to assume that we are a mom in Collingwood and we're interested in the micro trail minis. All right, I'm going to see if they are listed here. So I don't see anything in the top 9 about these type of sessions. She is doing a good job of having text overlays that are on her educational carousels and reels. So she has full versus mini session, why are newborn sessions so expensive, why photograph at home, Mother's Day micro minis. So there's nothing about the trail. So let's just go. So we're assuming we're going as a trail. We're going down the trail to the trails. Let me get to it. Okay, so this is a info page about these. And it says when, I like the way that she has this set up. It's like when, weekday mornings 9:30 to 11, where, Collingwood Trail, details provided upon booking, price, and then it has the price, and then it has a book now. So then she has why Katie, and it says like picture of her. She looks very, very beautiful. And then it says weekday mornings, Collingwood Trail. I keep wanting to call it Cottonwood Bunny. That's not a thing. Cottontail. Okay, I'm really getting lost in the fluff here. 10-minute session, 3 images, private online gallery ready in less than a week. And then she has images of these trail sessions. So this is missing from the Instagram. Like I would love a pin post. If this is what you're booking, like let's chat about it. Make it a reel, make it a carousel, make it clear in the top 9 that this is what you're doing. Then she has an FAQ. How much does it cost? What's included? Can we bring a well-behaved dog? What if the weather is bad? What if we love more than the 3 images that are included? When will we receive them? How can we print? Oh my gosh, so many great questions, so many great answers. Turn it into more content. And then it says, ready, let's do this, book now. And then, sorry, I keep banging on my slider door here with my twisted weird foot. Okay, so then I go book now. Oh, okay. And it's a Sprout Studio link. So it says, hello there. Welcome to your Cottonwood. Oh my gosh. Collingwood Trail micro mini sessions booking page. Don't worry, you're not obligated to finalize anything until you're ready. This is where you can view my availability. Just follow the prompts and you'll be all set. Love that like info because some people get a little stuck. Okay, so get started. And then it loads up with all of her available dates. Okay, so here we have we have an over availability, I think, because excuse me, let me calm myself down. The availability just on March 6th is 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, 11, and 11:15. I would just limit availability a little bit because any sort of overwhelming thing like that can hurt us a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the homepage and see if we can get to Collingwood Trail micro mini sessions from there. Go to the homepage. What are you doing? Oh, your logo at the top, I would make that a clickable to the homepage. Rooney's barking. I would just do that because I always do that. I feel like that's kind of a common way to get home. You have a home button. Anyway, just a little snippety thing. Okay, so we have the banner images are rotating through. We have maternity, beach, newborn, posed newborn, cake smash, and like a posed studio maternity. So it says effortless maternity, newborn, and family photo sessions for busy families in Simcoe County and beyond. Life with your growing family is a beautiful hustle. Oh, I love that. You want to hang on to every wild and tender moment. Your cell phone camera grows on the daily, but something's missing. Where will those images be in 20 years? Will they be printed? Will your grandkids ever see them? Are you even in those photos? This is great copy. This is like very emotional, good copy. But that's why you're here, isn't it? Ooh, it's like a story. Hey, I'm Katie. I love that. So we're like, basically like being in a family is hard and beautiful. Are you in any photos? You're here for that reason, right? Hey, I'm Katie. I promise you're in the right place. You've taken the first steps. You are your memories keeper, ready to create that. Oh, this is very beautiful copy. And then the same photo of her golden hour green dress looks great. Okay, and then she has some stats: 350,000 photographs taken, 6 years in business, 500 plus clients, 3 beautiful kids, 140 newborns, and then she is like an award collector. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so the way the awards are collected is great because they're not overwhelming. The amount of times that I've been on someone's website and they've won like a best of or some award, and it like is like the size of my dog on the homepage is just too much. She has made them all readable but small, so they're very trust building but not overwhelming. We jump right into reviews, love to hear it, and then we are over to Let's Chat at the bottom where there's another image of her family and then it has a contact form. So let's see if me as a Collingwood mother who barely knows how to use a computer can get to these trail sessions. Okay, so I'm going to start with family because like we're a family and we want the trail sessions. Up at the top, it says there's a banner that says looking for mini sessions, click here. I'm going to click that as a last resort because the banner goes away when I scroll. So it's only there for the 1 second that I'm at the top of the page. Okay, so we have Collingwood Family Photography, featured sessions, Collingwood, Ontario, tiny, is this in Ontario? Okay. Collingwood experience, scroll, I'll take off all your memories, book your session, let's book it. This is the pricing, session packages. Ooh, we have a YouTube embedded behind the scenes video, absolutely obsessed, my favorite thing to see. Okay, so on the family page, I can't find the trails. Let's go back up to the top and go to mini sessions, click here. My calendar of mini sessions. And there we have the Collingwood Trails minis. Here we have the personality portraits. March. This one says January through March select dates. Let's see if they're available. Hold on. Book now. Hold on. Hold with me here, folks. None are available. So if they're not available, if the personality portraits are done, I would either just have a wait list available for the next day or just pull them off of there. Okay, so here we have the Collingwood Trail minis, and then we also have the Easter Bunny newborn mini, but I didn't see that anywhere else. So because you offer these minis, I would have a section on your homepage that is dedicated to seasonal offerings and then go from there. Because what you have coming up is the trail minis, which seem to be ongoing. And then starting next week, you have the Easter Bunny mini, the Bunny mini newborn session. So those are starting next week, but I've barely seen them talked about. Like I wouldn't have known that they exist unless I go onto that mini session page. So what you could do in your link tree is have your home page, and then you could have your mini session page, and then you could even have like your blog or something. If you want a couple links, I would just be, if you're going to list 2 seasonal options directly, make sure they're not sold out. Okay, so good job, Katie. You just have to move things around a little bit more to clarify the booking path. All right, we are on to the next. Let me close out my tabs here. Get out of here. Who do we have? One more. Melissa Sheridan Photography, Northern Virginia photographer. We are starting on her Instagram. Okay, so we have another emoji, a camera, Northern Virginia family newborn photography, a little heart, helping busy family savor the season, a little glitter emoji, timeless, intentional, heartfelt. Again, my advice is make that a punchy paragraph, just because I just would love a paragraph. I feel like you'd have more ways to emotionally connect with me than through these tiny text snippets. Okay. Now, she has a post at the top here that I really like, and a lot of photographers won't do content like this, but I think it's really powerful. Hold on, I must shift due to broken tailbone. One moment. You guys have to hear me struggle. Okay, so it says 4 reasons I might not be the photographer for you. So let's see how this is done. You're looking for the cheapest option. You want stiff, quick, smile at the camera photos. You expect perfectly behaved children, and planning ahead is an afterthought. But if you value intention, trusting the process, imagery that feels elevated and intentional, will be a beautiful fit. Love that. Perfect. I would take the emojis out of the copy. I just would. It's just AI has ruined M dashes, it has ruined emojis, and it has ruined this sequence of copy. It's not this, it's this. So those are the three that you have to be careful about, because there is, like, you want people to actually be like, this is her. And I'm not saying that you use AI to write that. I'm saying that instead, just make it a story. Like, make it a personalized story of a family that was a really good fit and why. That's going to be more connecting copy anyway. Okay, so from the top 9, what we have is a newborn session that 4 reasons I might not be the photographer for you, which has text on the cover, which is incredibly helpful. We have, looks like a homecoming military-esque type shoot with, I must say, an immaculately coordinated family for this military homecoming. We have, is this her? Yes. Okay, so we have a post of her. I would just pin this because you look extremely adorable in all the photos, and why not? Okay, then we have, is this her? Then we have another very cute family session, looks like at a pier, another family session at the Washington Monument. Okay, and then we have tips for my 2026 families, and then it goes through like, what are your tips for family sessions? So if we're talking about pin posts, and she has none, if we just want to make it simple, you could do the pinned one of you, the pinned one of 4 reasons I might not be the photographer for you, and the pinned one of tips for my 2026 families, because that's going to be really good type of content to keep at the top. The next one is an in-home newborn, and then a maternity, and then another one of her. I will say she's doing a really good job of staying in the feed. I see her at almost every school. There's some sort of reel or post with her face in it, which is great because we want to feel like we know this person who we are intimately inviting into our lives to judge us for our children's wild behavior. Okay, so I do not see a seasonal offer here. So when that has been happening with these, I'm just going with the thing that is posted the most. So I'm going to go with a newborn. So I'm pretending I'm a Northern Virginia newborn mom. I'm a mom of a newborn or a pregnant newborn. No, I'm the mom of a newborn, and I live in Northern Virginia. Okay, sorry, really lost it there. Okay, first link option is the Facebook page. If you don't want people going to your Facebook page, remove that. If you do build a lot of trust on your Facebook page, leave that there. But I found that most people don't. If you had to choose, if you had a click that someone could give you, would you rather it be to your Facebook page, or would you rather it be to your website? So we're going to go to the second link, which says start here, and it's her welcome page. Okay, so it's loading, and it's like a bunch of options. So it says, hey, InstaFriend. That's very cute. So I would just take the Facebook thing out of there altogether and have it be one link to this welcome page, unless there's a specific reason that you want people to go to Facebook. Okay, so it says, hi. It says, I'm Melissa, family photographer. Use the links below to find out more information. So we have website, home, newsletter, sign up, contact me, families, maternity, newborns, military events. So this is great. We've broken up. We're sending the people on their way. Now, remember, I am a mother who is trying to get her newborn photographed. So I'm going to click newborns. When I click that page, it says newborn, or no, it doesn't say that. It says Northern Virginia newborn photographer, timeless and intentional portraits for your newest little one. I scroll down and I see her, and she is holding a printed portrait of a newborn posed. Okay, going down further, and then we have the investment. So what the investment is for a newborn or a fresh 48. And then we have a portfolio. Again, the portfolio is in the horizontal frame, the horizontal way. Why can't I think of words? I'm hitting the time frame where my brain stopped working in terms of length of speaking. Also, can I just say that I was really brave, and I'm going to be speaking to my Chamber of Commerce, and I'm really nervous, but I feel like hours and hours and hours and hours of yapping that I've done on this podcast will help me. Okay, so we have that horizontal portfolio. It's probably fine. I don't know why those bother me. I just feel like I want to scroll down. That's just what my little finger wants to do. And maybe the Northern Virginia newborn mom's finger wants to do. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. I just like the idea of being able to keep scrolling instead of all of a sudden switching up and scrolling horizontally. Then we have reviews. and then we have the experience. I will say your text is really small. So like on the newborn experience, my tiny fingers, big emotions, a relaxed session at your baby's pace, I can, like, I'm 41, so my eyes are not fresh and new, but like I want to zoom in on my screen to read that. So I would just make the text a little bit bigger. That's true for quite a bit of text on here. You want to always make text big enough for someone with slightly bad eyes, okay? Then it says the studio experience, and it has a picture of the studio and then a dress that's like on a mannequin, which this makes me want a little mannequin like this. That's so aesthetic for my studio. Everything you need for beautiful photos. You don't need to bring in anything except baby. The client in the wardrobe with curated collection. And then she has an FAQ. How far in advance should we book? When will we get our photos? All of this stuff. Then we have a book your session button, and then we have a little thing at the bottom that's just like about her. So I'm going to click the book your session button because remember, I'm this mom and I want to get this done. So then I say, get in touch. Your intentional seamless photography experience begins here. And then it says her email, her office hours, and her location. And then there's a contact form. Now let's go through the contact form. Okay. So it says first name, last name, email, phone number, preferred date, type of session, where would you like your session to take place, how did you hear about me, share details. So this is like, tailbone maneuvering. This is the kind of like max that I like to see on this sort of form. I wouldn't ask any other questions than this many. Otherwise, you're just going to get people that are like overwhelmed with this experience, right? Okay, so overall, if I'm a mom from this area and I am interested in booking a session with her, let's see if I had enough imagery. I think the issue is just like, I want to see more newborn photos as I scroll. And I this may just be a personal note about how I like to view things. I'll also say that the professionalism and information, education, assisting, and passion about being the expert of her own brand is much more clear, like on this page, than on her website when it comes to newborn photos. So like here, her latest newborn photo that or carousel that she posted one day ago said, sent off this sweet girls gallery this morning. I love every single shot. A happy baby, relaxed, supported parents. Wardrobe for mom, taken care of, neutral tone, the perfect mix of natural and studio lighting equals perfection. I'm so honored to document your newest edition. See the slide for my upcoming availability. Ouch. Sorry. I love that I have a seated injury. Like I'm literally sitting here not moving and my tailbone is stabbing me from the inside. Okay, so I love this. Says what mama texted me after this session. Thank you so much for today. You made everything so easy and I cannot thank you enough. As a sleep deprived mom trying to navigate our unexpected move, I didn't think we'd be able to get pictures done and you made this such a great experience. That should be literally the caption of this post. Because that story is so connecting for a potential client, right? And then you said, I only take a few newborns every month. Here's my availability. All right. So I would just, when you're talking about newborns, if you're stuck on what to say, I want to go to one more newborn and I see if you have kind of an educational vibe throughout. So this says, as I go through my work from the year, these images gave me all the feels. I have so many sessions I haven't showcased here. I'm so grateful. So again, instead of information like in the copy, tell the story of this session. Not only will that help you if you ever blog these type of sessions, if you're coming from a place of being the local expert, I just love the idea of hearing more about this particular session, how you helped it come together, like this wrap that this baby has. Is this something that you provide? There's a little poodle in the, like, what's your position on dogs? I just think there's a little bit more room for being like the helpful educator that's so clear on your website and missing a tiny bit from your Instagram. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So it's either going to be one more episode that's long or 2 more episodes where I don't lose my voice. So we'll just see. But again, brought to you by the 90-minute marketing intensive. So if you want to work with me, have me look at all your stuff, give you my honest opinion. But I'm very nice. You can see that I'm a very friendly lady. And I just want people to be very, very clear. And if you need help setting up a specific booking path, so maybe you're like, I am sick of social media and I want to figure out a different way to get clients. That's another thing that we can talk about. So they'll be linked in the show notes. And, yeah, I'm excited about those. I think they'll be really good. And as always, the membership is here to support you for only $35 a month. Okay, have a good week.